Welcome to our YouTube channel at Front Porch Family Medicine. I am super excited today to talk to you about migraine headaches.
Because everybody gets excited about migraine headaches.
I know, right? I don't know. A lot of people suffer with migraines. It's really serious. You're making jokes already. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. We've been goofing off all day. We're going to try to be serious for this podcast, but I'm here with Amy Jankowski of Pursuing Wellness. She is an amazing, knowledgeable person with clients here in Royston, Georgia. Her office is right across the hall from us, and she just opened. Anyway, yeah, just tell us about yourself. I'm going to twist this around.
Hey, thank you for having me today, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
So my office is here. I am just down the hall from Stephanie, and I see people and help them to change their diet, to make lifestyle changes, and just kind of figure out the root problem of what's going on with them, whether that's a chronic issue or an acute issue, and just try to help them change their diet and take some supplements and herbs to just help them and do some emotional healing as well.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you're across the hall, and I've been sending a few patients over to talk to you about their diet, and I saw you too for an evaluation, and you had me fill out like tons of forms and like write down my whole life story, and then after we were done, you gave me like this list of things that I should eat and not eat, and like, it's really powerful how much what we put in our body does, and I felt so much better. And thank you for being a great person that helped me. So
you're welcome. Yeah, people go to the gas station and they spend more time trying to figure out what kind of gas to put in their car to make their car run well than they do going to the grocery store and figure out what should I put in my body to make my body run well. So if you look at your car like it's, look at your body like it's a car, and you wouldn't put gasoline where oil goes, and you wouldn't put oil where gasoline goes. So you have to look at food the same way, that you need to put it in your body to give your body what it needs to run smoothly like it's supposed to.
Right.
So small changes make like a really big difference.
Yeah. I had one class in medical school on nutrition, and it wasn't even a whole class. It was literally like one lecture. It was really sad. So I'm really lacking in a lot of knowledge about nutrition and what the healthy thing to eat is. So, so I'm glad to come with you and talk about migraines. I'm going to talk about first what is a migraine. I think I have a unique situation too, because I struggled with migraines for a long time. I still get one every now and then, very rarely, but especially when I was in medical school, I had them all the time. And it really was ruining my life. Like, it was vomiting. I couldn't study. I couldn't do anything. They would hit me, and I would always wake up kind of feeling like it was coming. I could always feel it coming. And that's kind of how, when I ask patients' history, I'm like, okay, do you think it's a migraine or not? I'm thinking, do they feel it coming on? Usually migraines, you can kind of tell when they're starting to come. And that's when you want to treat a migraine. As soon as you feel it coming on, you want to like try to terminate it before. Because once it gets bad, it's like, that's
like
it.
A freight train. You're trying to stop a freight train.
Yeah. So it's thought that migraines are actually decreased potential in the nerve around the dura of the brain. So a lot of people think, oh, well, my brain is exploding. No, it's not inside your brain at all. It's the dura, or the lining around your brain, that gets inflamed. And we think it's because the nerves can't conduct. So I remember in training that there was a theory that migraines were from many seizures, but seizures are actually where it won't stop firing, right? Yeah. And so it's too much. But migraine, the mechanism of action of a migraine is actually where it's just there's no potential. And so nerves get clogged. And so when we think about trying to eliminate migraines with pharmaceuticals versus diet and lifestyle, there's a lot of options. So I'll talk about first. I'll do my thing, and then you can talk about your thing. So the way I approach migraines with pharmaceuticals, especially if a patient's having more than one a week, I usually try to put them on a preventative. Preventative medications have a lot of side effects. The one that I like the most is verapamil. And remember this, I'm a doctor, but do not start or take any medications without talking to your doctor officially. I'm not giving you any medical advice at all. But verapamil is one that we can use to prevent a headache. It works great. It was actually a blood pressure medicine that they found out didn't work great for blood pressure, but then did great for migraines. It's a calcium channel blocker, which helps reset those nerves and kind of helps them function correctly. So that one, and then tenolol is one. It's also a blood pressure medicine. It's a beta blocker, kind of the same mechanism of action in a different pathway. And then Topamax is one. So a lot of those have a lot of, especially propranolol, Topamax. They can cause brain fog. Things like that. Verapamil has some side effects like constipation and that kind of thing. So there are risks with pharmaceuticals. So a lot of patients don't want to use pharmaceuticals. Patients who have tried those, and it also takes a while for those to work. They have to get in your system, which kind of sucks. And then CoQ10 I usually recommend, and magnesium, as well as a B complex vitamin. So those three work great. What's really cool, as I've been doing my training in performance medicine, I had a patient come to me, a new patient who was 22, who had chronic migraines and ADHD. And I put him on methylene blue to help him focus. But then he was like, that's awesome. My headaches went away. He'd had daily headaches for years, and I put him on methylene blue, and they went away.
Wow.
And now he's fine, but he still can't focus. It didn't help him. It's because methylene blue is also supposed to help you with focus a little bit. And I'm trying to get people that are on stimulants off those and onto methylene blue, but it didn't really do much for his focus. But he felt great with his migraine. So it's hit or miss on that. But I thought that was cool. And so yeah, so how do you kind of approach migraines? What are your thoughts on it?
So I have a couple of questions. Okay. Have you noticed, like, when people start taking migraine medicine and it starts working, it works for a little while, and then after a while it doesn't work as well? Like, your body almost reroutes. It gets used to whatever you've done, and it's like almost like a migraine is like a learning attack or something.
Yeah, it's like your body is like wanting to still have the migraine.
Yeah.
It's like we're not fixing the actual cause of the migraine.
Right. So one of the things that you were talking about, changes and things to notice right before a migraine happens, because you really do have to get on it like right away. And so like some of the things that happen is you might notice you're yawning a lot. Some people have excitability because there's like a dopamine or a serotonin issue right before a migraine happens. So people have like fatigue, they have mood changes, you can't think as clearly. And then the thing that you need to do to really stop a migraine is to keep a log and see what is triggering your migraines. Sometimes it can be food, like it can be chocolate, it can be red wine. Sometimes it can be a person. Like, you know,
no comment. I'll do my people off.
Or arguing with somebody, like, can cause you to, and I thought that was interesting. You were saying blood pressure medicine, like, has helped migraines. And I wonder if it's like because of a vascular issue that, so like it helps keep your blood pressure down, the vascular structure, whatever the word is, down.
Vascular constriction.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Down, and so that helps you to not have a migraine. Hormones are really big with triggering migraines. I get a migraine right before my period, so I'm keto 2 weeks before my period to keep my blood sugar balanced, to keep my glucose levels down, and that helps me. Being in ketosis keeps me from getting a migraine. It also helps me to not have PMS as much. So it's really, a full moon can cause people to have a migraine. So if you keep a journal, you might realize, hey, like every time there's a full moon, I have a migraine. And if you don't keep that journal, you might not realize it. I knew somebody that got a migraine every single Tuesday. And it was like, okay, what is going on every single Tuesday that's causing you to have a migraine? And we finally figured it out, like what was going on every single Tuesday. So if you notice that you're getting one like every single Tuesday, then you start to realize, what am I doing on Saturday that might be causing the migraine on Tuesday, which might be drinking alcohol and partying, not sleeping as well on the weekends, getting out of your rhythm. Or it might be a particular event that you have on Tuesdays that you emotionally dread.
Right. So the first step into trying to treat a migraine is really keep that diary, right?
Yeah.
Headache diary.
Yeah, if you can keep a diary and figure out what your triggers are, especially if it's food, you just avoid that food. And so you don't have to worry about it. If it's like your hormones, then you want to do something to help balance your hormones. Like I'm keto for 2 weeks, and that's enough for me. If it's a full moon, then you might want to start salt loading, because a lot of migraines are either a sodium or a potassium issue. So if you have low blood pressure, it might be a sodium issue. If you sweat a lot, it might be a potassium issue. And so you want to make sure you increase your sodium level or your potassium level right around that full moon to help you to not get a migraine.
Cool. How does somebody do that? Like, what do you do to increase your eat salt? Like, because I have been telling patients to try to get more minerals.
And this is not medical advice from me either.
Here I am. I'm going to drink my mineral water.
Yeah, it's just, oh, I see what you did there. Oh, and you're covering the advertisement.
I'm not a supporter of any brand.
Yes. So you can some people can put 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt in 8 ounces of water, and do that with every other water that they have right leading up to the full moon, and that'll see. And to test it to see.
Will I turn into a wolf or anything?
Only if you're lucky. If you're lucky.
Okay, I was just checking.
Yes.
I'm not making fun of you, I promise.
Okay.
Full moons. Who knew?
So, yeah, I don't know.
That's cool.
It does weird things with your electrolytes.
I know that my headaches, Amy was supposed to buy a microphone and she didn't buy the right kind, so we have to share. Anyway, not to be all about me, but I tend to get a lot more migraines in the spring and the fall. So I think it has something to do with like the moon, or if like a storm's coming in, like the weather's changing.
Oh, the barometric pressure changes, weather changes are huge with triggering migraines. Yeah, and that has to do with potassium and sodium levels too. There's actually a product you can buy. It's called Zoke. It's ZOK. Right before a storm, you can put it in your ear, and it has an app that goes with it, and it'll show you like a warning, the barometric pressure is about to go down, or the barometric pressure is about to go up, which can trigger a migraine. And you put it in your ear, and it'll tell you when to put it in your ear, and it helps your ears adjust to that barometric pressure a little bit better. So right before a storm or weather change, you can prevent a migraine if that's what causes it with that too. And I've got this on because Stephanie kept me out late last night.
That was not my fault.
Yeah. Anyway, it was. But, and there was a storm coming last night, apparently.
Yeah, it didn't even rain.
So, I don't know. But I woke up this morning and I felt like, hey, my head's hurting, which is ironic because we're supposed to be talking about migraines. So maybe just talking about migraines triggers migraines. I don't know. But this is called AccuLeaf. And you put it here, and it hits a pressure point here called the LI4, and it releases some endorphins that helps get rid of a migraine. And actually, my head's not hurting anymore. So
fun. So it worked.
Yeah, it did. It did. But you have to do it soon, like you said. Like you can't let your migraine take off. It's like a freight train, and you can't let it start on down the station. You got to get on it like right away.
Yeah. So the next thing I want to talk about is sleep, because it is so dramatic to me how many people are walking around with just crappy sleep. And sleep is so central to wellness. Because if you're not sleeping, you're going to have more pain, you're going to have more migraines, you're going to have more stress, you're going to have more, everything. Nothing works right without sleep. God designed us to sleep well. If you're not sleeping, is that the thing you should really focus on if you have migraines more than anything? Like, should you not worry about migraine medication and more on sleep? What's your thought on that?
Sleep is very, very important. And like, I notice like a week before I start my period, I don't sleep as well. And I think that was one of the other things that was contributing to me getting a menstrual migraine. But yeah, sleep is very important because your body heals whenever it sleeps. It like resets whenever you sleep. And the circadian rhythm is like really, really important. So that is like sometimes you can just have some water beside your bed and drink water, because a lot of times people can't sleep just because they're dehydrated. And hydration is like so important for a migraine too. Like staying hydrated is so important.
To preventing.
Yeah, to prevent migraines. Because you got to keep those minerals, those electrolytes balanced. You got to stay hydrated. What else was?
I know. What was I going to say? I was thinking about it when you. Magnesium at night can help you sleep. And two, you were saying feeling like you can't sleep 2 weeks before your period. That's your luteal phase. And so what I've been finding out with my training as well in hormone therapy is that when you are in your luteal phase and perimenopausal, you will actually drop to like 0 level progesterone. And so a little bit of supplementation with progesterone in the luteal phase can really help. But I think you kind of modify a lot of that with your nutrition and your intake. So you can also manipulate your hormones just by using food, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like you can do something called seed cycling with your cycle where you eat particular seeds that have progesterone in it or estrogen effects in your body. And so you seed cycle those. And if somebody even has already gone through menopause and don't even have their period anymore, they can still seed cycle and use the moon cycle to do that, but it keeps your hormones regulated.
Right.
Keeping your glucose regulated and getting a lot of sleep really does a lot for your hormones.
Yeah, that's been huge.
Because blood sugar like really affects your hormones a lot.
Yeah, and a lot of people watching this are probably a little bit insulin resistant, pre-diabetic. I think 70% of the population in America right now are pre-diabetic. So if your blood sugars are out of control and you have migraines, it could be related. I've had a lot of patients who have went on weight loss medication who had chronic migraines and don't anymore, which is cool.
Wow.
Just because I think of that inflammation from the sugar, so.
Well, I know people with like PCOS, if they stay below a certain threshold of their weight, they don't have those PCOS symptoms, just losing weight and keeping their glucose under control. So, and I've noticed with myself, if I stay below a certain weight, my hormones are so much better than, but we do need fat for hormones too, though. So that, but fat plays a huge role in hormone health and glucose health.
Right, but it's a balance, right? We need some fat.
Oh, yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah, because your brain's made out of fat.
Yeah.
Or not made out of fat, but it has fat.
I just had a visual of like my brain, like all the fat jiggling in my brain.
Lard brain.
I'm gonna start saying I have like fat brain. There's too much fat in my brain. Anyway, sorry, that was weird. We're weird. We are so weird here. Anyway, I also want to talk about NAD loading because I've had a couple people who have come to me who specifically for migraine, like headaches. And I know Dr. Conover had shared with us as well that he basically started getting into NAD because he had chronic migraines and it helped. So NAD loading is a huge, great treatment for chronic migraines. So thank you for coming on. Can you tell people how they can kind of holler at you to get, especially if they want to learn how to seed their period? I don't know what that was, but I don't know is that what that is? You can also come and see me for progesterone if you want to just do that, but there are ways, or NAD. Yeah. So there's different approaches. I think it's cool to kind of have both options when you're thinking about holistic medicine or alternative medicine. So I'm really glad you're here and you're working with us and you're awesome. So thank you for being my friend and being our person that we can send people to help with diet. So tell people how they can see you.
Okay. Thank you for having me here today. And I do love working with Stephanie. She does such a good job of collaborating with me to help people to collaborate and have the medicine side of things and the natural side of things, because our goal is to get to the root cause and to really help people to heal. But my number, I can't see it. Hold on. It is 762-351-1115.
Awesome.
Or they can call your office and just ask, leave their name and number, and then I can call them that way.
Yeah, I think Janice said she would let people know. So
yeah.
Thank you for watching, and stay tuned to our channel. If you like this content, please like and share our video. Front Porch Family Medicine, Royston, Georgia. We are located in the Ty Cobb Museum building at 461 Cook Street in Royston, Georgia. Just do a quick Google search. You'll be able to find us. I am a board certified family medicine physician with some really cool offerings here in Georgia where, actually, this is a cool fact. Franklin Springs used to be like a healing wellness center. Did you know about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's going to be again.
Yeah, it's going to be again. So come see us, and we are telehealth ready as well. So we see patients in Georgia, South Carolina, West Virginia, and Virginia. So see you soon. Bye.